And welcome back to continued Tropical Storm Beryl coverage. I'm meteorologist Reynolds Wolf. You're watching the Weather Channel, and we have a new update that just came in from the National Hurricane Center. And the very latest that we have for you with regard to Beryl is that we have seen a drop in pressure. However, winds at this hour remain the same in terms of sustained, around 60 miles per hour at this point. But it'll be interesting to see over the next several hours, with that drop in pressure, will we see this beginning to have more powerful winds? And will that change the effects that we can expect on the Texas coastline? We will let you know. I can tell you right now, we've got a little bit of light rain that is coming through. You may be able to catch a few of the raindrops moving diagonally across the screen, but I think we're going to see a bit more as we move forward in time. But as it stands for now, again, Beryl is a tropical storm with winds of 60 miles per hour, but is forecast to become a hurricane before it makes landfall on the Texas coastline, and the time for preparedness is running out in a very quick way. So let's give you the latest on what is happening now and what we can expect as we project forward in time. Again, laying the groundwork for you. It's amazing. This system at one point was a major hurricane, but at this hour, winds are 60 miles per hour. And you see its trajectory, let's see, moving a bit more to the northwest around 12 miles per hour, expected to have more of a northerly direction. And as we make our way into Sunday and into Monday, that's when we're going to see changes in a very big way locally. I'd say along the Texas coastline, more clouds coming in, more heavy rainfall, the wind picking up, and with it along the coast, you've got that battering ram of bigger waves, storm surge, coastal erosion. It's all going to be in the mix. And then once the system makes its way on shore, you've got a bevy of other problems, possibly some tornadic activity. I'd say widespread power outages, flash flooding could be an issue, typical flooding could be an issue. Notice how warm the water temperatures happen to be in the upper 80s, minimal shear environment, which basically points in the direction that strengthening could occur. Wave heights, are they pretty high out there? They are, especially near the center of circulation. Now, there are, if you've any familiarity with the oil industry in Texas, you've got a lot of oil platforms that are right along the coastline. Many of them were evacuated. People moving onshore to safe refuge as the storm lumbers a bit more to the north. And again, look at where you have more of the red and the magenta colors, which indicate where we have some of the stronger wind gusts. A lot of rain with the two. We're soon going to have that pattern of those concentric bands moving onshore. It's almost like an organism, a breathing mechanism. You've got an inhale and exhale where all the rain, the wind picks up, then you have a break in the action, then you have another one. It's basically a pattern, a symmetry of what we can expect as we go forward in time. But near that core of circulation, that's where it becomes more of a constant, and we can expect that, I think, by tomorrow morning. It'll definitely have a tremendous effect on parts of the Texas coastline. But the story goes on. If you follow this in its totality, eventually it moves up towards the Great Lakes. But before that, it is a story that will be in Texas, in Louisiana, parts of Arkansas. Eventually, places like St. Louis could be affected by it before it launches into the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes. There you go. There's what we know at this hour. Again, moving into an area where it is expected to possibly incubate and strengthen. The good news is that if this were to, that it is moving relatively quickly. If this were to drop stationary and sit out there and have a chance to percolate a bit longer, obviously there would be far greater threats. A lot to consider here. So Kelly, again, no surprise, like with every single one of these systems, there are some similarities, but they're all different. They're all different. Right. And we learned so much from each and every one of them. But again, one lesson that we have learned is preparedness is everything.